smart.
Yeah!
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Nothing? I don't get anything? I said, hey,
Hey.
everybody.
No.
What's
You gotta
up?
earn it.
Welcome to Breaking Rad. If you're watching, nobody's probably watching, but it doesn't matter. If you're watching this later, thank you for being here. My name's Macho. To my left, to my right is Muttman. To my upper right is Cal. And to my above, directly above, is Mr. Stat Zero. And we're here tonight to entertain you and to work on our comic book. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, they're gonna work on their comic book.
Yeah. You're gonna help too. We're taking
I?
all your good we're taking all your good ideas.
I don't know nothing about
I was
comics.
mimicking Muttman.
Doing some of those air push-ups.
Let me see that sweet Apple Pencil, man. Are we Apple Pencil Bros now? Yeah,
we are.
You got a
Oh,
you
man,
got a
this
lid
thing's
on
sweet.
yours now. You got a lid on yours.
Look, we look like twin brothers. Like Cal looks
You
much
do.
older than me, but other than his obvious age, we look like twin brothers. Look at that.
You did because you both have black shirts and a black hat on, and you both
Yeah.
have Apple pencils.
That's right. Yeah. What do you
Well,
got
I'm under
behind
the
you?
by a giant iPad.
Look at
Dude.
that massive iPad.
The Lord provides.
Mm.
I still feel bad for this one. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
No, man, it's a
If
blessing.
you do a little bit, if you're doing a little bit of graphic design or whatever for the the church, I feel like it's fair.
Maybe one day.
Just use
I'm
it.
talking to my associate pastor a couple weeks ago, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting an iPad instead of a new phone. I'm just getting like the free phone, like the basic one, and getting an iPad. He's like, oh, just talk to Victoria. I'm like, does she sell iPads? He's like, no, she's our IT person, and she acquires technology for whatever. And I'm like, oh, he's like,
Did
just
you, like,
ask her to get you one.
Do you
Like,
expect
oh.
to talk to her and find like a trunk full of iPads? Just open it up. I got any size you need.
That's what went through my mind, which is ridiculous because I know that like she's the one who ordered my laptop when I started, but it didn't register with me that I could just ask for a piece of technology and they would just
Right.
get it for me.
Right.
So, yeah. Anyway,
There's an
yeah.
iPad sitting in my desk drawer that they bought me to use at the shop, and it is still in the original packaging. I haven't even opened it up. This is sitting in there.
Oh,
I was like, why do I need this? Why do I need an iPad? I don't understand.
Have you not gotten a fixture on your bike yet?
No, I don't have an iPad fixture on the bike, but it's there. So
It make you feel futuristic though.
It would feel like the future. Maybe I could maybe I could put pictures of the outside on a bike, but have the bike inside.
Yeah.
For the pictures on the iPad, right? It'd be like riding outside, but not.
You get a fan to blow in your face.
Yeah, it'd be like I'm really riding.
Heat lamp.
Heck yeah, man. Now you're talking.
Put it right close to the back of my neck.
Or get outside. The future is now.
Yeah. It's dangerous out there.
Import a few bugs from outside into your basement or wherever you're doing it.
This reminds me of this meme or this video I saw on Instagram, and this guy was like, he's like, there's this movie called Idiocracy that came out in the early 2000s.
Yep.
And he said,
I like how you said that, like he didn't know what that was. He knows every movie that's ever been made.
No, I know that movie.
Right. So well, no, this is what the guy said. So the video is, he said, yeah, it came out in the early 2000s, and the movie's about the like stupidest, the people have gotten stupider over time. This is thousands of years in the future, and they are to the stupidest point in like human history. And they needed a pair of shoes that just looked like absolutely outrageously stupid, that people need to wear in this movie. And he said the lady, the costume designer, didn't have a lot of money, like a budget to spend on these stupid shoes. And so she didn't want to make them. She wanted to find some that were already or out in circulation. So she found this brand new startup company and had these shoes, and she's like, they're perfect. They're the perfect shoes to portray idiot people in the future. And you know what those shoes were? Take a guess.
What?
Now, I want you to guess.
Pumas.
Pumas? Okay, no, not
Like the
Pumas.
high top Pumas, the basketball Pumas. I used to have a pair of those, and I was made fun of for having those.
Yeah, because Pumas aren't basketball shoes.
No, they're not. But I used to wear the high top Pumas with the white like foam around the top. They look like moonwalker shoes.
So the shoes in the movie were actually Crocs.
Oh yeah. I remember that now.
And I wear Crocs too.
What's your favorite shoe?
I love it. I love Crocs.
Do you get any special ones?
I have some with the leather on top.
Yeah, some leather Crocs.
They're my out Crocs.
No, like actual Croc skin Crocs. That'd be pretty sweet.
That would be pretty sweet. I don't know if they make those.
I mean, special order, gotta be. I hear there's a problem.
I'm sure
in Florida.
there's somebody out there. Somebody. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Dan, do you wear the buttons on your Crocs? Do you wear like the little characters and different buttons and things that mean stuff?
I don't wear the. I don't have 15 pieces of flair in my Crocs. No.
Oh, okay.
Do the bare minimum.
I have seen that.
That's the bare minimum. Stat's the only one that knows probably that movie.
I love that movie.
You tell me you don't wear your 15 pieces of flair?
Cal, I'm trying to share my iPad and it's not working out. Just so you know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's just not
make
working.
it work out.
Turn it off and turn it back on.
I'll keep working on it in just a second.
Jump to conclusions.
Exactly. Stat knows.
They told me I could use my iPad if it was reasonable.
Told me I could listen to my iPad at a reasonable volume.
Reasonable applications on my iPad, and I think this is reasonable.
Do you work, Stat? Do you work on iPad at all, or are you? What do you work on?
I work on a Wacom 1.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Wacom.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Wow, dude, that's ancient.
Got a pen display. I like having it at my computer, at my desk. And then when I'm not away from at my desk, get this. Hold your hats now. Real paper. Honest to goodness, real paper.
Wacom 1 is like circa 1999, 98?
No, this came out a few years ago. It's like a 12-inch display. It's like their new introduction model, because this is the first one I ever tried. It's like $500 or something like that, or $400.
Oh, my bad.
It's super. It's nice and it's good enough, but it's not like a $1,300 16-inch giant thing. It's just a small. I didn't need a ton. So
I love Macho's background today.
Welcome aboard.
Mutt, I love Fresco. I've been using Fresco because I was gonna buy Procreate, but I don't have $12.99. Is he muted? Oh, he's muted.
That's a good pop. Citrus, right?
He's muted himself.
Not Fresco.
Oh man, I like some Fresco.
I figured you would.
Yeah, I like Fresco. It was like I can't remember. There was a store recently I was in, and they had Clearly Canadian again. I hadn't seen Clearly Canadian stuff in forever.
Really? I don't think I ever
You
have.
know what I'm talking about? You don't remember Clearly Canadian? It was like Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Crystal Pepsi. It's just perfectly clear, like soda.
Mm.
Huh. I remember
Was it
Crystal Pepsi
Yeah, but-
when it came out.
Nobody finds my weird pop culture sodas interesting.
I know
at
me
all.
some Crystal Pepsi.
You call it pop though.
Pop, yeah.
What do I answer,
Where you-
Mutt,
where
man?
This is probably
No,
like
just hit
that's
cancel.
that's pop's like a northern
Oh.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's closer to like the Minnesota area, like Minnesota, Wisconsin,
Minnesota?
kind of around that. Minnesota. Yeah, Longo.
Minnesota.
Get in there and hit Minnesota stuff.
Minnesota.
Let it be known that this is the first time that Cal is going to be drawing on his new iPad live on Breaking Rad.
Well, I'm actually
Let
not
it
drawing
be
anything tonight.
known.
I'm just showing. I'm just messing around.
What are we talking about?
I love the watercolor. Man, that is
Yeah.
so cool.
It's all right.
Yeah, I hate that.
Doesn't really work like real
Oh my
watercolor,
gosh.
but
I would never use it for anything, but just the technology that
Yeah.
you can, that you can do that. Oh my
Yeah, it's
gosh.
it's working
kinda
like
fun.
real watercolor, but okay.
I would never, I don't paint, so I don't
That's
I don't
that
know
city
how
color-
realistic it
city
is.
watercolor. Fancy boys.
Grab
Yeah.
that sweet Belgian comics inking brush. That's the one, man.
Belgian
Get
comic.
the Belgian comics inking brush.
Belgian comic. Is it already on here?
Yeah, it's right there. Go up there. Go down to ink. And
Oh, it's
then
right there at the top.
Yeah, yeah. That's the one, baby.
Look at that. All right.
Yeah, set your.
Which will
yeah.
you be drawing for us tonight?
I'm not drawing anything. Mutt's gonna draw. I'm
Fine.
using this to take notes.
I can't read your
Well, let's
handwriting.
start. Do you have like questions lined up for us, Cal, to like start the process?
Nope. We're going.
Okay, we're just
Here's
winging
what
it.
here's what I was expecting tonight. I was expecting to have a new segment done, which is a third done. Because I didn't decide to write it until Mark like forced me. He's like, just do it. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
And so I was stayed up till 1:30 writing it last night and recording it. And then I got home today. I left work an hour early to try and get all the editing done. And I was like, not even close. So I was expecting to have that. I was expecting to have a Name That Death, but Mark is out tonight. I was expecting to have a Bible break because Mark said he had a Bible break ready for tonight. We're going to save all that stuff for next week. So I expected there to be like a good half of our show like already ready.
Ah.
And then we could just kind of like chit chat about the town. But here's my thought. Like,
Yeah.
whenever I create, and you guys are all creators, and I'm sure you probably do something like this. When I'm creating like a world, I kind of draw from my own personal like history. Like there's weird people in your past, and you may not put that person exactly in, but like sometimes you do. Like I have there's a guy in my life named Crazy Mike, and that's what we called him, Crazy Mike. And so like me and my buddy Craig would be sitting in Taco Bell like drawing and stuff on
Crazy
paper.
Mike and the boy.
On paper and
Paper. Good old paper.
hey, look at that.
Gross. Ew.
Anyway,
Oh,
Crazy
look
Mike Crazy Mike would come in, and he'd be coming from like Albertsons or whatever. And this one time he comes in and he's got a bag of stuff, and he's like, "Hey guys," he's like, "Hey, guess what I got?" And he pulls out Lactaid out of his bag, and he goes, "I got Lactaid." We're like, "Cool." And then he goes like this, What is Lactaid? Is it?" And he starts rubbing his tummy. Like,
Oh no.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Another time, after my ex-wife left me for my best friend back when I was 20,
Whoa.
Crazy Mike heard about it, and he came in to Taco Bell, and we always met him in Taco Bell, and he was like, "Hey,
Hold up.
You
Back
should just
up
do a
just a step.
biography of your life.
what? Backing up?
I know.
You said wife. What'd you say? Left you?
Well, when I was 20, yeah, that was 20. Oh my gosh, 27 years ago.
Oh, I
26
just
years
didn't know about this drama. That just kind of caught me off guard when you said it.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that,
it's
like all
ancient
nonchalant like
history.
that.
Ancient history
Oh, okay.
drama, but I have
Okay,
a really good wife now. That wasn't a good wife, but
Okay. Yeah.
anyway,
You'll have to fill
yeah,
us
so-
in on the details of that one day.
yeah,
That'd be
I
interesting.
will. So Crazy Mike came in and he's like, he's feeling really angry for me on my behalf, and he's like, just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bald his tires. Just tell him to meet me. Tell him to meet me at Sam Goody at the Encinitas Mall. And I'm like,
All it gets worked out. Sam Goody.
and he's like, oh, you just get me a bike. Give me a bike, and I'll do it for a bike. And because my ex-wife had a bike, and he knew that. He's like, just get her bike for me. Give me your bike, and I'll bald his tires. Just tell him to meet me there.
Bald
like-
his tires?
Yeah, I'm like, I think he meant like slash his tires, but he kept saying bald his tires. And then
That's been really funny if he got back and his tires were smooth as eggs.
yeah,
I know. I was like, how's he gonna bald his tires?
then I'm like, okay, so I'm just humoring him. I'm like, okay, cool. What day, what time? He's like, just tell him to be there. Like, just all the time. Like, you're gonna
I'll
always
be there
at
from
Sam
now
Goody at
until
the
whenever he
Encinitas Mall.
arrives.
It's Crazy Mike, man. I love that guy.
Crazy
He's
Mike.
hilarious. Anyway,
Crazy.
but anyway, so we always have like people and places and weird stuff in our past. So I thought maybe we could, for this town, we could kind of like draw from that, or just create stuff. Obviously, create people and places. But I want the
That's not
Drifters to
me.
be in a cool, like a quirky town where, like, when I'm scripting it, like, they could go to whatever place and there's crazy so and so or whatever. I don't know. That's my kind of just brain fart, brain vomit ideas.
Okay. Yeah, that's the kind of brain vomit we need to get started. Before we do, can I give an update on Hero?
Yeah, please fill us with content.
Okay. Yeah, like so we're kind of moving and grooving a little bit, and I got some panels done. I got a page done here this week, so moving forward with story. Macho's working on part, I'm working on part, and we're making some progress. So
Awesome.
launching soon. Stay tuned. Not sure exactly when, but we want to get a good portion completed before we do. Learning from past mistakes.
Yep.
So you can see, like, here's some panel work where Hero has just been revived, and it's sort of like Hero, the version 2.0. So we're calling him Hero 2. And this is his sister, or this is Krupin's sister, Nina, and she's explaining to Boone, who just walked in with some gas tanks and fuel, what's going on with Hero. So then it's a lot of dialogue, not super exciting, but it's exciting to have a page completed that's going to push the story forward. And there's our general giving instructions on how they're going to do this mission that they're set out on. So it's going to be cool. Some World War III, Hero versus the Red Threat. It's going to be good. I'm excited about it.
I am too. Anybody else excited? Is it just me?
So excited.
Macho is not at all. He's not at all excited.
No.
Look at him.
I was actually looking at our Discord.
Wow.
I was looking at the Hero Discord, not
Oh yeah.
not that.
Our private. That's
no,
our private.
That's our private chat that nobody else is.
Yeah, that only Macho and I are a part of.
We're only part of that.
that's
No,
How dare you?
I'm definitely excited, and I feel I am working. I've definitely been working slower than Mutt recently, but I have been jotting down ideas and voice talking to my phone in the car so that
Unpack that
I can
iPad,
now-
for goodness sake.
Yeah, I know, right? So I can go through and start getting the finer details a little bit more buttoned down. So anyway, I am very excited. What's that thing? The Turtlesaurus. What's
Yeah.
that?
Got my
I wanna see the
attention too. I'm like,
Turtlesaurus.
what?
I like that.
Look at that.
Is
Yeah.
that Hero? It's not Hero though, right? It is Hero.
What's that?
It is.
Your-
Yeah,
your-
Stat has the Hero
Your icon
bird.
is
Oh,
Hero,
that's cool.
right?
It's the Hero bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's sweet, man.
That
Thank
one's
you for
you.
making
I thought
it.
you were talking about your own drawing, and I was like, "You drew that? What are you talking about?"
No, that's the way to
I'm
hype
talking
it.
about
Like,
his
what's that?
icon.
That's
Yeah.
Hero.
He switched his
what?
icon while you were talking, and I'm like, oh,
And
cool.
he does that. You watch
do
it.
that.
You watch.
I
If
know
we
it.
start talking about other characters, he'll do the same thing.
If I got him.
Here's the previous
he
page that I
hasn't.
got done. Look at this.
Yeah, he's like ripping the
Yeah.
banded iron off the wall. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Hero with
Sis.
the
She's
beard
kind of
is Hero. Yeah, Hero with the beard is awesome.
yeah, kind of like maxed out ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I love it. I love making comics. That's my favorite thing to do under the sun. So when I get to do it, I'm super happy.
Dude, I like that picture of her standing in front of him, and he's like kind of looking down with that. His helmet looks so freaking cool right there.
Where at?
That
here?
one you just had right there.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that panel. That's so great.
Yeah,
You can kind of see the shape of his helmet. Is like I like that. Looks good.
yeah. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
dude. Yeah, I love your art, brother Mutt. You notice I put some on the screen tonight. Behind us is Beak.
I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I did notice that.
I love that
Nina.
drawing, dude. It's so good.
I like
don't have
I like
that.
Nina with the headband too.
Yeah, that the
Like,
80s
pulling in a
Nina
couple-
is going to be
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, some 80s vibes. I'm really into it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. She's a little more fleshed out in this comic because she's going to be obviously a bigger part of the story. So it's going
I
to be
said
awesome.
this is like she looks like the Gizmo from Rescue Rangers in this. That's what she reminds me of.
Check out these boots I designed.
Yeah,
They're kind of like a one piece,
Nice.
like the pant goes right into the boot, but it's like if you were to
Yeah.
wear something that was kind of armored but also kind of organic,
yeah, yeah. I like it. Looks cool.
Yeah.
Looks like something that future people would wear that are not idiots.
Yeah. Here's Boone on the attack.
Yes. Getting ready to do some damage.
That's right. Going into battle,
Looks freaking good.
kicking some
Yeah,
red threat bootay.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to see the bear one. Show us the bear.
Oh, I went to Gator Roy first.
Gator Roy.
Yeah, Gator
Dude,
Roy!
the
love that.
freaking angel wings are incredible that you put on him. That is so good. That is so
Well,
freaking
we're talking about it being
hilarious.
so mega powerful because of the angel. And you know who I really started thinking about that he was kind of like?
Silver Surfer.
He's kind of like Silver Surfer with the jet
Yeah.
ski instead of a surfboard.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude,
think he's got
I
that
love
power.
like if he has like a spectral angel wings while he's flying on his jet ski, I think that's the way to go. That makes me happy.
Remind me of
Yeah,
the Black
he is
Racer.
a fun character, man. That is one of the funnest ones we've come up with.
That image right there is amazing of him like pointing to the sky, spectral angel wings.
I've been working on that script too, you guys. I haven't sent you anything, but yeah,
I know. I
I'm
want to
having
read.
fun.
Oh yeah, right here. This is good.
Here's Hero versus the bear. Yeah, and he squares up against. There's stuff that happens before this, but we have to map that out a little better. And then
So, go ahead.
well he squares off against the bear. The bear hits him pretty hard because he's a bear,
Yeah.
And it takes him right over the edge there.
Brown
And they're
bear.
like, "Oh no, the bear's killed this guy." And then clunk, you see his hand
You
come
used
up.
yourself as reference right there, guaranteed.
They say a lot of your drawings end up looking like you, and then he comes up.
Yeah.
He comes up
Oh,
with that bear
Mine
yeah.
don't.
over his shoulder.
That image right there is so freaking good.
I love it.
I love that. Yeah.
We're having fun,
It
man.
just looks, yeah, it's awesome. I love that. No biggie. Got
No
a bear.
biggie.
Like
take this bear out.
at some point, like at the end of the comic, I just want him to like put his bear cloak on,
Yeah.
like later down the road. Be like, where did you get that? Nowhere.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. A bear cloak.
A bear
Ooh.
cloak, man.
Ooh.
What if
He's a bear
well,
shooting gun.
you don't know, you guys don't know what the ultimate story arc is, but what if he shows up, where he's eventually going to be going to in volume 3, but he has a bear cloak on when he gets there?
Heck yeah, man. I'm all about that.
That
That sounds like a good
Hero
plan.
jumping
to me.
down. Dude,
It's just
Hero
a
and
reference.
bear cloak's gonna look good.
I just did this one quick because I wanted to try to catch the energy, you know.
Mm.
But you know what I like? Stat, you might appreciate this. I like the white beard against that with no detail on it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
It might be kind of a cool cheat that actually looks kind of neat in the comic. One more hero picture, and then I will get right into drifters. Sorry, I didn't mean to take over with hero.
No,
Nah,
please
it's
do.
awesome.
I just get
Yeah.
excited.
Gets you so excited.
Yeah, so the new, fresh, clean pack. Yeah.
Yeah, Hero 2.0 right here.
Yeah. Looks
Love it.
good.
Okay, here's some Saison in our drifters world.
I was coloring that. Yeah, I was coloring that the other day. I'm just terrible at coloring, so I can't share it. But I'm like, I want to see some color on that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely needs some color. I was hoping Mark might
I
go
mean-
after it, but I think he's got a lot going on as far as his freelance stuff goes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you get into it at all, or did you stop?
No, I colored the whole thing just flats. I didn't do any shading or anything. But
Oh, okay.
but I'm not. I like looked up like swamp palette, and then I
Yeah.
looked up. Then I just grabbed a picture of Swamp Thing and kind of sampled some colors, and I was just messing with it. But it's got.
Yeah.
He's also got the amber. I envision that thing being an amber, like
This?
like in
The
Jurassic Park.
cocoon?
Yeah, yeah, it's like
Yeah,
snap,
that's a good idea.
like amber.
Yeah.
What color's the character?
The guy
Hmm?
or the
Well,
good.
this
the
is
mon- well, I guess
all-
it's her, Saison.
This is
Yeah, it's
all
all
one
her.
character stat.
Right. I
It's
mean,
this-
what color is the main bulk of the? Is that
Part.
green? Is that brown? Is that?
I used
Well,
brown, and then I used green, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
What do you
should look
think, Mike?
like it should look like sort of like when green things die. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like when green things die or rot, that's what this should look like. So there should be
So you
probably
want, like,
it should be multicolored
Orange
and
moving into
textural.
brown.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
you can
the
put
idea
some
of having
stuff
some.
Orange
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
into brown with sort of a bluish green center. That way. You get your warms beating your colds. You get the death thing, and then the color theory. They're complementary colors.
I think the
Yeah.
nipples should be orange. No.
Yeah, those nipples need to be orange.
What?
Those nipples
What-
need to be orange.
Walk me through what you said again.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about
And by the
things
way,
dying,
you get zero credit. You get zero
No, I
credit.
don't- I don't
for this,
want
but
any
walk me
credit.
through.
He didn't want it.
when you think about like you go get yourself some reference color of like an oak leaf or something like that.
Mhm.
It's sort of a kind of orangish yellow, and then it starts to go into brown. You almost get like brown spots and things like that when you
Yeah.
when it starts
Even
to
a
dry
little,
off. Go
even
from
a little
green
like
to-
red.
Yeah, a little red, little orange, like hot colors. And then inside there, you can go with the complementary color. Sort of like the beginning anew
Mhm.
kind of thing. And
What would the
focal
base
point.
be though?
The
What do you
base?
think the base would be? Yeah.
Well,
a
it depends on
real
what you're doing.
ugly color.
I'd
Well,
probably
like I
say, you know what? I'd probably say kind of your orangish yellow, and then use your brown highlights for shading, brown stuff like that.
Okay.
Bits of brown pieces.
Okay.
I put a link in the chat. Look at that link in the chat. Mike.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. So kind of almost like a green center.
Yeah, I mean
kinda,
that's where
kind of weird looking. Yeah.
yeah, that's where the green is, like where the stem is of that leaf.
Yeah.
And then on the outside, like Stat was saying, it's like mottled kind of orangey and yellow and
hmm
red.
Mhm.
Looks cool.
Now, see, I was thinking more. Can I get this into the private chat? I don't even know.
Put it in the private chat.
That's a ridiculous.
Whoa,
yeah,
that is
click
the
on that.
biggest link ever. Oh, I see. Oh, that's cool too, actually.
Yeah, that's right.
Look, he even has a bunch of. Oh, yeah.
But you get some lighting reference for it too.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Ooh.
I like the
Ooh, yeah.
veins in there. That looks good.
So your base would almost be like a yellow, and then you would use your red for your detail stuff, your vines, any shading you do, you'd go from red to like a darker red or even brown when you're going kind of into shading and stuff is what you'd want to do.
Mhm.
Do you have a fill lasso on that thing?
Yeah.
Use the fill lasso.
I just like to do it this way.
Is that right?
Is
It'll work. It'll work
that
for you.
right?
That's good. Well, I was gonna say,
No,
like, fill
I
lasso would, like,
I
save
can
you
definitely
time.
feel it, but I feel like if I do it this way, then it sort of helps me get
Well, that
what
makes
this
sense.
actually
Makes
is.
sense.
Because this is not going to be like on the page. This can't look like a flattened and then highlighted comic
Right.
type thing, superhero type thing. It's got to be real painterly because of the weird
Oh, I
colors
see
in
what
it.
you're doing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Yeah,
get sort of,
that could
like
work. And
kind
then
of what you
if you take that center where the girl is and like give it like a, I don't know, like a brighter orange or
yeah.
something like that, should make it stand out from like the kind of closer to the dead colors. And if you have the green around that, yeah, that would do so much more.
Orangey.
Dude, I think the color is gonna make this even like just so much better. I love it.
Yeah, it's got to look junky like that, right? Like it's got to have that kind of like rotten, junky
modeled.
look.
Yeah.
Because it can't be Swamp Thing.
No.
Yeah.
I think Stat's right about keeping it in a different hue than green, just because like everybody is gonna be like, oh, it's Swamp Thing.
Man Thing too. Yeah.
Man Thing, yeah.
That's right. I kind of like the idea of having the skull almost be bare, like this, like it's it's the only human, it's only human type thing left on the form before her rebirth.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Well, Cal, I can sit here and mess with this while we talk about the city.
Lead us on an exploration of the city.
Yeah, well, we're making it right now, but I do have a starting point.
Okay.
Fly, get away! Okay, so where did I put that? Story. Drifters top that no. Comics.
Normal. Layer opacity.
Drifters. Oh, town. Okay. So we had come up, somebody in chat had said Lake Pheasant because I have a Lake Pleasant around me.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's, I don't know, it's just, I don't like the name. I'm just gonna say I just
You don't like Lake Pheasant?
Oh. Yeah, I don't like the name Lake Pheasant. So I'm thinking I was looking at different like siren lores and things, and there's a really cool story out of Texas that I ended up deciding to transplant it here in Arizona because it's actually found in other cultures too, of this this lady who wanted to marry this man, and she wasn't allowed for some reason. Somehow there's like a magical catfish that tells her, he'll make it so that she can marry the man if she'll agree to become a catfish like once a week or something like that. Once a month, I forget. I think once a month.
You get to choose when a were catfish.
Yeah, basically. And so she agrees, and then in the legend, while she's a catfish, she gets hooked by a fisherman, and like her husband realizes she's a catfish and like leaves her or something. I kind of rewrote it so that the husband is the fisherman. But anyway, yeah. So her name is the funny thing is her name is Sirena, which is Spanish for siren, which is a mermaid. They're not synonymous, but they're very similar. So I'm thinking we call it Serena Lago, which means Mermaid Lake or Serena or Siren Lake. And put it in the superstitions, like up by the Superstition Mountains over here, which is like a kind of a known, if you're into the paranormal supernatural stuff, it's kind of a known like cursed or haunted area in the Phoenix area.
Cursed.
And
Yeah.
so so like an evil catfish siren thing would be kind of right at home in that area. And if they end up naming the lake, like the settlers from Mexico named the lake after the siren story, So anyway, I'm thinking of calling it Serena Lago, but
Okay.
I want to open it up to, we can call it anything. It can be, if you guys have other name ideas, names for the town. So I said we start with the name, and then what else do I have?
There is a lake. Is there a lake? There has to be a lake for Gator Roy's story, right?
Yeah. So that's I see it as kind of like so we have Lake Pleasant around here, which is like the lake. Like if you're gonna like go to a lake, you go to. But we also have up near the superstitions. We have smaller lakes that are in the Salt River, that are like you look at pictures and they're, I don't know, they don't seem as vacation-y as Lake Pleasant. There's like a golf course by one and stuff, so there's stuff to do, but it just seems a little. I'm thinking this is more of like a rundown town, like a trailer park town. Like this lake is just like, maybe it just, people don't go there because of the curse, or because of the quote, they think the lake is cursed or whatever. But so I'm thinking it's kind of like a junky trailer town, but also around a lake. So
Point
kind of like
Pleasant.
paradise if you're a trailer park person,
Yeah.
Right.
Not very own vacation home.
Penance.
Yeah.
It's
I like how
reminding
you
me
do-
right now of the Last
Yeah.
Starfighter, kind of a cross between the Last Starfighter and then
Yeah.
the Great Outdoors.
Yeah, that like trailer park town that that the kid lived in, or it was like it was by a lake, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And it's
Like
like a
where
nice.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
a
like not
like
a
gas.
terrible one.
Yeah, but it was a nicer trailer park town or trailer park village. I remember that.
And he plays the
I
arcade game at that one spot.
Right. I kind of like the idea that the lake is like, I don't know, maybe there was like maybe there's like a local, like a death or something that happened, and the locals, they don't worry about it, but keeps the keeps people from visitors from going in.
Yeah.
No, I think the name's cool.
They like they like
The
having
quiet.
it kind of like the quiet, not having people come around. Yeah, the locals.
The locals. Local yokels.
I don't
I
know.
like
The name
Serena
doesn't
Lago.
roll off. It doesn't roll off the tongue to me. I don't know why. I'm not
like
opposed
it.
to it, but it doesn't jump out at me like, yeah, that's it.
Gotcha.
But like, but what'd you say it meant? Like a Lake of Mermaids? Is that what you said it meant?
Well, Serena is Spanish for siren, which is synonymous with mermaids. So it can mean mermaid lake or siren lake. But it doesn't have to be that. That can be, maybe it's too on the nose. Maybe it's something more, something else. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not married to that at all. It's just the first thing that kind of came to mind.
We could call it Silver Lake. You know what Silver Lake is?
Why don't you call it Peligroso?
What's that?
What's that?
It means dangerous in Spanish.
Uh-huh. Silver Lake.
Maybe we should flesh out
Starfighter.
Feminine.
Maybe we should flesh it out a little bit more and see what we come up with.
Feminine. If you're worried about mermaids or something like that, and they're in the lake, it's dangerous, but in a feminine context. All
right, I'll write that down for consideration. Peligroso?
Yeah, just you can Peligroso. Peligroso. La Grossa.
Is there a town like with built like a small city?
I don't
There
think.
kind of
Yeah,
needs to
yeah,
be
that's
for the first part.
Yeah, so the it's kind of some towns are the lake. Their name the
Yeah,
town is
yeah.
just the same name as the lake.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking. It's a small town. I'm thinking like 10,000 or less. But
Okay.
the Caper is in Phoenix, which is only 50 miles
Ah.
from where this would be located. And
Okay,
so
yeah.
when it gets to that part in the script where they're like cruising through the desert, in the trash truck, they're heading like it'd be cool whoever draws it because they'll have the Superstition Mountains, which are if you never looked at them, you should look them up.
In between.
Yeah, it'll be like them cruising down the freeway and the Superstition's kind of up on the up in the background. It's a really cool looking mountain range. I'll pull it up.
They're really called Superstition Mountains. I never heard of that.
Oh yeah.
I think there was a lot of like mining and stuff in the Superstition Mountains, right?
Yeah, and there's a legend of lost treasure, which is like a cache of like old West guns.
Yeah, it's cool.
Really cool, just really cool. And gold. There's like legends of gold and stuff.
Yeah. There's a book I read about mining in the Superstition Mountains. It's pretty cool. So are the Superstitions in the Sierra Estrella wilderness? It's like south of Phoenix.
They're in the Tonto. So it's called Superstition Wilderness, and the mountains are also called the Superstition Mountains, but they're in the Tonto National Forest, I think.
Tonto, I like that.
Yeah,
that's like the cowboy. What's the old the Lone Ranger? Right?
Yeah,
Tonto.
Yeah, Tonto.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. It looks like, so if you look at the Superstition Mountains from like in Google Maps, like way high up, it looks like somebody crumpled up a bunch of tinfoil. That's like what my screen looks like.
So I have it on screen now. This is a cool shot of it, and then.
Oh wow! Look at that. Yeah, it's like Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
Those are wild looking.
Oh, I like that one a lot, actually. Lost Dutchman treasure. That's the.
Ooh.
All right,
I like anything Dutch.
I gave it a shot.
What do you got?
Share my screen.
Share a screen.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, yeah. Dang.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, pretty good like it's holding the flag. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
That's awesome, dude. I love it.
We need to like send that to us, please. If you agree.
All right, but I rarely save this stuff.
Yeah, I know. Send it to us because you're not going to save it.
I don't save the awesome drawings.
If I saved everything I drew, my hard drive would be so full. What am I saying here?
I just like scribble, and I don't really like save that stuff.
Oh, that's a cool shot.
All right, so the Tonto Mountains are near Payson. Is that right?
Tonto. Well, they're Tonto. Are there Tonto Mountains? I just know there's a Tonto
not
Wilderness.
Tonto Mountains. Sorry, Tonto Wilderness. The Superstition Mountains.
Yeah, they're kind of between Phoenix and Payson, I think.
Payson, yeah. All right, Bartlett Reservoir, Rio Verde, the River Green. Why does it keep doing this? Let's see. Yeah, it's got to be like an hour away, or a couple hours away. Jeez. Oh, maybe not that
far. Macho, you need to look and see if we have any viewers. If you do, shout them out. I don't even know if we do or not.
I have looked. There's two people watching. Probably me and Cal.
Okay.
You guys are streaming at a time when like everybody's streaming.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. We don't care about that.
Yeah, you got one.
I just didn't
Ripa, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, Alterna Comics,
Yeah.
Jeremy Fire and Ice. Whole lot of
Right
stuff
on.
going on right now.
Yeah, we're the replay guys. We understand.
We are
Right.
the replay. We're the replay kings. We should coin that. Okay, so Superstition Mountains, the caper happen, or the stolen garbage truck situation happens in Phoenix, and then they are driving out of town, kind of through the Superstition Mountains to the smaller town that they're in. Is that correct? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, I think that's good. And then the halfway house could be like Superstition. Could be like
It's
on
funny.
the outskirts of that town.
So have you guys watched Eureka? You know that show
Mhm.
Eureka?
No, I have not.
So it was a sci-fi original, or like a sci-fi channel TV show,
Yeah.
and I watched them all. I thought it was a great show, and it's about this like guy who becomes the sheriff of this town called Eureka, and the town was small, but it was big enough to have all the like normal things a small, like Roanoke-sized town would have, right?
Yeah.
So, it would like all kinds of like crazy weird things like aliens and mind control and like cryptids and stuff like that would kind of happen in this town. It was pretty. Anyway, it makes me think like it could be a small enough town for them to live in, but big enough town for them to live in, but small enough that like kind of people know people, and I guess that's kind of the vibe I'm getting so far.
Everybody knows those towns. They all have like a single Dairy Queen.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
Burger King.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would love for Dairy Queen to be a part of this.
Hey Phil, welcome to the chat. Hello.
All right, what's up?
We got somebody.
Yeah.
Phil. Well, was this? I don't know.
I'm thinking, what's this?
Yeah, this is Mutt coloring some character we got going on.
We're doing some color studies.
We're brainstorming some stuff, alone here on a stream. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah.
Cal, are you sleeping?
No, I'm writing notes that we've been talking about.
He was leaned over. He looked like he was sleeping.
Dude, that's looking really good.
Yeah, it's looking awesome.
Yeah.
I like that you got it kind of glowing onto his legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the effect you're going for, right?
Well, yeah, like this part, like, yeah, she's glowing. Like, well, the ambient energy or whatever that is, has that look to it. But then everything else is just kind of like moving rot.
Yeah.
Ooh, not good. Oh, I need to do that.
All right. So names again. We got to think of names for this place.
So
I think we talk about the place.
name.
Yeah. Let's talk about the place and come back to the name that fits the place.
It has
I like what you guys are doing. Yeah, single Dairy Queen. It's got it's got a huge trailer park scene, like big time trailer park scene.
Should it be like? Is it like maybe it's one of those towns that are kind of like a Florida town where a lot of old people come to settle because it's beautiful and the climate is like nice, and they have this great lake, whatever the lake is called. So there's a lot of like older retirees. That could be kind of a funny angle.
Yeah.
To put like that.
We're kind of creating a location, because in our storyline we've talked a lot about doorways. We talked a lot about this is going to be supernatural in nature. And so the doorways and the people that can use and walk through the doorways are important. And so if this place was kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but at the same time was a doorway area, they would want to keep, the people would want to keep sort of the supernatural the supernatural stuff on the down low, especially if they knew or had knowledge of the fact that it was kind of like angelic beings that were visiting, you know.
Right.
What if that we kind of like lean into that, you know, like maybe it has a name or like it's a vibe, you know, it's like Angel's Rest or something, you know,
Yeah.
like
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, what about Angel Lake or something? I like the lake. I like the something lake being the name of the town because that does make a lot of sense.
I'll pull out them. Should think of like a name of an angel or a fallen angel or something like that.
What was the name that you gave to that angel, Mutt? Do you remember?
Which one?
The one.
The one that Gator Roy stole his stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you gave me a list and we kind of picked.
Oh, I
We
really?
kind of picked one. Yeah, I think so, right? I can't remember right now. But I think we kind of picked one that was like that.
Oh, I pull it up. Drifters. Zacariel is what you came up with.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Maybe was that out of the Book of Enoch or something?
Yeah.
Zacariel.
Must have been. I
Meaning
remember reading it.
surrender. Zacariel.
Oh man, that's good. If it means surrender,
There are
'cause that's
so
what
many
that
fallen
does.
angels. If you look up names of fallen angels, there's like 100 of them. All right, where are these? But where these are from Jewish, Christian, and Muslim lore.
Ooh, we should do a Muslim angel.
Abaddon, fallen angel of death, whose name means to destroy. Let's see. Let's see. Fallen angel who teaches astrology. So we're gonna think of something cool.
You're still trying to name the town?
Well, I think we should go back to the name. We should just come up with some stuff for the town.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I'm gonna write down what we have so far. I don't know whether to use Fresco or I'll use Freeform. I don't know which app I want to go back to later when I'm messing with this. Why is this at the top of the screen? Pele. Rosso.
And if anybody comes back and picks up on this, watching it at this point, this is a work stream. So we're like literally doing creative work on the fly.
We are.
Yeah.
So you can witness the birth of a big part of the comic that we're creating.
Yes, we are creating the town. We are creating the town that the Drifters, our superhero team, live in. Or near.
I'm looking at the name fallen angels names, and there's one named Amy.
Amy?
Somebody put
I'm pretty sure I knew that. I'm pretty sure I knew that one. No, I'm just playing. One of 72 spirits of Solomon, said to be supreme president of hell. He will trade knowledge for the human soul. His name is Amy. It's like a boy named Sue.
That's hilarious.
Amy. Oh my gosh. We got to have Amy in there and have him be mad about his name because when he reveals himself, nobody takes him seriously after he says his name. That's funny.
They just laugh at him.
Yeah,
Amy,
just like
Amy Geddon.
Amy Geddon.
Amy Geddon.
yeah, like he
I like
shows
that.
up, and he's like, "Behold, I have a message of great importance to all." And they're like, "Tell us your message, oh great one. And what is your name?" He's like, "Amy." They're like, "What? Really?"
Like, and it's a that's a holy name, so he can't like change it.
Yeah, you can't
Like, wait,
change it.
wait. Your name is Amy? My mom's name was Amy too.
Yeah, that's funny.
That would be
All right, so we've got a couple of contenders for names. We've got where it is, and that's pretty much all. So we want to, I don't know, I want to stir the creative juices of like what kind of odd characters we want in the town, or weird shops, or like who owns the Dairy
okay.
Queen? Like
Yeah.
what is it? Like is it?
I'd say just
Is
go
it
with the classics. Your bar, your barber shop.
Yeah.
Think maybe set it at like a town out of time. You know what I mean? Something from the 1950s or something like that.
Yes.
Get
Yeah.
yourself like a ice cream parlor or something like that. Some stuff's a
Yeah.
little off. It's like
Yeah.
it's a modern time, but why is this town really stopped aging?
Yeah.
Right.
I like that.
So did
A
yours.
lot of small towns are like that anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of small
Yeah.
towns are like they just kind of keep doing what they do, and it
Like
seems like an
antique
older
shops and
place
stuff.
than it is. Yeah.
Yep.
There's like, I know Stephen King is not like the greatest person to look at for a lot of things, but
He's not
he
the greatest person
does
to look at, no.
like, well, he's definitely not anything to look at, but he writes really good, like that what Stat was saying, like 1950s and 60s, like small town America, odd little towns. He's
I'd go
really
look at
good
Norman
writing
Rockwell paintings and turn that on its head.
that. Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
I mean, nobody did small town like that.
Right.
All right, so I like the idea of I still think there needs to be a Dairy Queen, and like
Yes.
nobody likes the Dairy Queen or something like that. Like,
No, I think they do. I think they like it. Like they talk about the Dairy Queen like it's really like that's where they
Okay.
all meet.
well,
Subway.
they all meet at in the parking lot of the Dairy Queen. It's like one of those ones that doesn't have an inside.
Build your own
Yeah.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, and there should be an ice cream parlor that nobody goes to, but they don't know how it stays in business.
Oh, maybe it's a front. Maybe the ice cream
front.
parlor is a front. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like everybody really goes to the Dairy Queen because they like that Dairy Queen, but
they make
there's
meth
an
in
ice
the
cream
back of the
parlor.
ice cream parlor.
Yeah.
It's like
Like a
it's
front
like
for
just
crime?
the same. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's exactly what it is.
I thought we
And they make
no,
drugs.
it was-
They make supernatural drugs there.
Ooh, see, now we're getting somewhere. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gangsters are really like fallen. They're fallen angels.
Amy runs it. Amy runs the ice cream
A guy
parlor.
named Amy runs the ice cream parlor, and he's a fallen angel. The problem is with the fallen angel. Well,
You guys are getting into like
Okay.
prophecy territory,
Yeah.
like Christopher Walken.
walking.
Oh yeah.
There was a guy named Amy.
I knew him. He was horrible.
Horrible. Yeah, there should be like post office. I like the idea of what Stat was saying.
Well,
Like,
I'm wondering if you're not focusing too dang hard on the location. I mean, just for location's sake, rather than starting. I mean, like you take like a let's just take like the Thing, right? Like they had that small base, and mostly you were just in a few rooms. You were in the main base, and you had McCready's area. And everything, nothing else really mattered because it didn't matter to the story. It didn't matter that there's maybe another base, 30 miles that way until they needed it. So I feel
Right.
like, the first place that you start your area would be the first thing you create, and then kind of spider out from there to where you need to go next. I don't know, I feel like as far as world building goes, you can get yourself really wrapped up in just like, oh man, we got to create, and you might never even use half of these areas, or if you do use them, it's temptation to like shove it in there.
Right.
But I mean, you do one story and you're talking about like that weird soda shop, and then the next story you're talking about that quarry where people disappear because there's a giant trapdoor spider down there or something. I don't know, but I mean, like, like I feel like
our
I feel like
the setting
our
should
challenge
just
is a little. Sorry, I didn't
What's that?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and finish that.
Oh, I feel like like the setting just should be what you need from the story, not so much having to build an entire world that you may never
Right.
use.
But our specific challenge is we got to build a town, and the reason we do is because it's the story is a little bit specific, and so like if we've got the town, then that sort of gives us our borders of our story. Not that we have to create every element of the town. I get what you're saying, and I think you're right, but we do have to have some kind of like sort of like the guideposts for the story, because the story is in this town, and it's going to get pretty. The town becomes important because of the fact that it's kind of a portal doorway type thing, and so we need to sort of set up sort of the stage for some of this stuff. So yes, we don't have to get super specific, but we need some anchor points to move the story forward.
Are you talking
All right,
about doing like a Morgan Freeman style opening where it's like, there's Amy sitting on her porch, she hasn't left in 20 years, I don't know how she's still alive, and walking down Main Street I see the Undertaker's place, and he likes to build his coffins out of Jello, something like that. Like,
hold on, real quick. I have two plot ideas. First of all, I think there needs to be a place that like the Drifter kids, the Drifter team, like kind of hangs out. It's like for Saved by the Bell, it was like the diner or whatever. I think there should be like a restaurant, or like Seinfeld, there's always a restaurant or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the second thing is I'm looking at just like different little small Western towns and stuff. And there's one that I found, and their mascot is a dinosaur, because like out west, like Arizona and stuff, you dig up all these fossils. Can we make Buffalo Phil take over a dinosaur skeleton at some point in the,
Oh my
in the
gosh.
comic? Because I feel like this is a missed opportunity if no.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
So like,
But it should be a dumb reason for that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it should be
but
a
like
stupid reason.
Yeah, it should be a stupid reason, but it could be like a totally anyway. So what if the town is known for like the town sprung up because not because of gold or anything, but because of like there's like there's a bunch of dinosaur bones, and so like this town kind of sprung up around because archaeologists were digging up bones, and then it just kind of became this like little town around this lake because of that. I don't know.
I like that.
Well, I like that, and I like the treasure hunting aspect.
Yeah.
Like what if the treasure hunting rumor, like there's something up in them hills, and people just kind of came in, and people were coming in for so long that they actually set up a town.
Maybe
to
the whole
support
town.
all the people.
Maybe the whole town's built on a collapsed mine.
Oh, that's not a bad idea at all.
And
Hey,
people
Aaron
go there
Calmary.
for a tourist attraction to see ghosts.
Aaron Calmary's in the chat. What's up? He says,
Hey,
"Cool
what's
stuff,
up, buddy?"
Mutt." Yeah,
Thank you,
man.
sir.
Hey,
Thank
hey.
you.
Long
Working
time
on
no chat, Aaron. Glad to have you.
Yeah.
We're just
Thanks
kind
for-
of work stream rapping about this comic we're working on. Yeah, I love all that. I think that's kind of cool, and I just like really feel strongly about Buffalo Bill taking over a dinosaur skeleton at some point and like biting someone in half or something. Like that could just be so good.
It'd be cool
I
if it
put
was
a
like
link.
a Triceratops.
Yeah, I want it to be a T-Rex, and he just goes.
All right.
I put a link in the chat to this town. I've been to this town actually. It reminded me of the dinosaur stuff, and then I looked it up. There's this giant billboard in this town. It's pretty cool if you guys check it out. It's pretty funny.
All right, I took a crack
Alright.
at this character.
Oh, all right.
Ooh, yeah, I like
Oh,
that.
save that too. Send that to us as well.
Yeah, we need that. That's
Dude,
a good
that's
reference. Ooh, I
awesome.
like the under. That's great.
It's like
Alright.
it kind of looked like it's a little bit. What's the captain from Johnny Depp? What's Johnny Depp's captain?
Oh,
What's the movie?
Barbosa.
Barbosa. Yeah, it's kind of Barbosa
Oh.
with like he's got like tentacles almost coming
I
out
figure
from
those are
underneath.
like the roots. You know, some of the roots are coming out of the jaw that's missing there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's a great
That's
look.
wicked.
That's a great look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the thing you
Alright.
shared, Macho?
Oh, it's in the private chat.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking at it, but
it's like it was like a mill, like a grain mill.
Oh, okay.
And they'd fill up grain trucks, but they like put this billboard on the side of it for Fruita, Colorado, and it's just funny. They have this giant T-Rex head on it, and it just that was like I just thought it was pretty cool. Like, what if the town is like proud of their dinosaur heritage? You know, so they have like a skeleton and like skeleton out in the center of the park or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be great because that could be, the story ramps up to that where Phil takes over the skeleton.
I think that'd be
I like
such it kind of gets just everything gets a little bit bigger and out of control and all seems lost, and then Phil stomps into the dinosaur skeleton and kind of saves. It causes enough of a distraction to save the day. I think that'd be hilarious.
It could be that he doesn't really know if it's going to work, and so he's really scared to do it. But then, like, it comes to a situation where he kind of has to, so he goes for it.
Yeah, he just is like, I'm scared what'll happen if this does work, or it might rip me apart. Who knows?
Yeah, or I might not ever
I like
come
that.
back or something.
Yeah, once you go dino.
Once you get dino, you can't get back.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. That's cool. And also going back to the town built on a collapsed mine thing, that's perfect because the catfish. So when just like a little bit of sneak preview of what's going on in the script, when Gator Roy accidentally defeats the catfish, Serena. He's flipping the butterfly knife and it flies and hits her in the eye or whatever. She retreats because this angel sword has done like serious damage to her. So she retreats back down into a cave. I have it being like an underwater cave, but it would be awesome if there's a whole mine system that's underwater. Like this lake is formed on top of for some reason this collapsed mine system, and so she's got like a whole network of underwater caves that she can kind of swim around in. And then so at the end of that little flashback sequence where it gives that story of Gator Roy getting his powers, Gator Roy thinks he defeated her, but then it kind of shows her like slinking away into the cave underwater. And then when the way the ash can ends is when in the present day when he finally defeats her using with help from the drifters, it shows that same cave again, but she's not there. She actually is dead. But when the camera, so to speak, moves inside the cave and you see eggs. So she has she has like somehow accomplished her goal of getting an angel to fall and fertilize those eggs. And so we've got some future story for anybody watching. I totally spoiled that ash can for you, which
oh my gosh,
not out, but
don't
like
say
a little stinger. Yeah, I like it.
Cal, you wondrous writer, you.
average writer. But thank you. So Yeah, so I like to, and just to go back to what Sat was saying, like why are we making a town? I like to create towns like as their own character. Like I've
Yeah.
got I've got a few towns that I've created. I don't do it all the time, but like Devil's Corner, California is based on Escondido, where I'm from, and I have pages of world building for that town that may never get used, but it was such a joy for me to kind of to create this town and these odd characters. And same thing with if I ever get Wendigo, Arizona out, it's this border town that's built. There's a wall, the Trump's wall gets built, and then they end up building these wall cities, which are points of entry for people wanting to immigrate from south of the border, and they have to live in this town and become productive members of one of these border towns in order to actually come into the United States proper in this fictional world. And then the one in the book is a cursed town, and so there's monsters and all kinds of stuff. So, but anyway, I have a dry cleaner and a vape shop and like the characters that run them and stuff. And so I just love like creating these odd characters that are so just an example, the dry cleaner is called dry heat cleaning. So in Arizona, it's like they always say, oh, but it's a dry heat, you can handle it.
Dry heat.
Awful.
Yeah.
So it's called dry heat cleaning, and it's run by a guy who used to be a cleaner for the cartel, and is kind of flying under the radar now, running a dry cleaner. And he ends up hooking up with the main character who hunts monsters and helps him get rid of the bodies and stuff. And so that's the kind of thing that if that stuff is in place, then I can slot that in. I'm not jamming it in. I can kind of slot that in whenever it the story calls for it. So anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I may have what you need.
Okay.
All right, hold on here. Okay, so are you? Yeah, I got to share for you here.
Get
sharing?
fashion. Oh. Yes.
All right, this here is a town name generator. Get ideas. What do we got here? Shadow Wash, Wayfield, Door Beach, Wester Beach, Ice Griffin, Valhalla. You know what? Let's get some more ideas.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I love these generators.
What about
Can you put
Violet
in?
Falcon, Deep Oak, Deep Lake, Iron Edge, Wellston, Summer Wild.
Ooh, Iron Lake. I like Iron Lake. Or Lake.
Yeah,
Iron.
it has a blood kind of a feel to it.
You want me to go to Wisconsin? Witchboro, Mistwick, Wilderbridge, Swinhall, Loch Castle, Snow Nessie, Loch Castle,
Snow Nessie,
Wood Griffin, Rosesea, Clear Hollow, Doorborough, Strong Meadow, Door Coast. I mean, yeah, you can sit here and just Westerbush, Swin Coast, Ester River, Marblemere, Starry
What about
Shade,
Lake? What about Gate Lake or Lake Gate or Lake
West
Door?
Coast? There's a great name for a town. Bellwall, Ice Lake. You could probably find something in these.
What about going back to Iron Lake? Go back to the Spanish translation. In Spanish, iron is hierro, Hierro. Hierro Lago. That kind of has a ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hierro Lago.
Spelled H-I-R-O.
H-I-R-R-O. H-I-E-R-R-O. Sorry. It's like hero, but you add an E and an R to it. Anyway, that's throwing it out there. Hierro Lago has a
Hierro Lago.
Flows.
Can you kind of
I don't know if it's
jam it a little bit to make it one word? Hierro Lago or something like that?
The town of Amy.
Amy. Oh my gosh. I feel like that's it. I feel like we call the town Amy.
You call it like
Amy's
Gate. Amy's Gate.
What about Iron Gate? That's already a one, isn't it?
That's probably
it is. Iron Gate is actually not too far from me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna also find a fantasy town name generator. Oh, this is the one you were on, I think. You were on
Probably
the
it was the
Story
first result,
Shack.
whatever it was.
Yeah, this is the one you're on. I'm gonna try a different one. FantasyNameGenerators.com.
Yeah.
Windrip, Libster, Meyerfall, Petragao, Lakeshore, Glenarm.
Petra means rock, doesn't it?
It's Peltragao,
What about
Queenstown,
Lake
Pav,
Petra?
Swanford. For our love of the Christian rock band.
Yeah, Lake Petra.
Falkirk, Strathmore. These all sound like there's a lot of X's. It sounds like European. Sanlow,
I'm
Croydon, Redwater. Ooh, Redwater.
I'm inclined to go with the person's name. It doesn't have to be Amy, but I don't know. I just think that that's the kind of town it is. The people just named it after not a last name.
Stewart.
Hey, I
Stewart.
like Amy. I'm gonna call this place Amy. Like
I like this Redwater. I think that sounds cool.
Ooh, Redwater. I like that too,
Yeah.
especially for an Arizona town.
Yeah.
And Redwater's like blood in the water, and there's a lake.
Or, it could be like copper or iron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Could be like an iron, an oxidized iron ore.
I feel bad because Cal was just talking about how he wanted a name, and I was like, Redwater.
That's what this is.
No,
we do these
or whatever.
We do these like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cal's good at this because like he can definitely fly and flow with it. And sometimes, like we don't get what we say, even when we fight for it. We don't get it. I like that. I like that kind
Mark
of energy.
never gets it.
Well, if he says it, we definitely take it away.
Yeah, I know.
See, now
so
Redwater is kind of on the same. It's kind of like when I'm going back to Serena Lago, it's kind of on the nose. Like, well, yeah, there's a mermaid in the lake. So same thing with Redwater. It's it's like a
2 on the nose.
Yeah, 2 on the nose. I like it, but hey, what if here's a going off of the name for now. What if people don't fish there because they're all afraid of the mermaid, and so if like people come into town and want to fish, there's no boats, there's no tackle shop.
Maybe you have no mermaids until something happens to release them, and then there's some of your story of people dealing with something that they'd never even thought about.
What do you mean release them?
Well, I mean, you could have some sort of I don't know, somebody finds something in a mine and or an egg, and it opens up.
Ooh.
And the egg,
egg.
Oh, like something like that, and then they self-produce or something like that. Like, no,
like facehuggers. Yeah,
that's how they could be hibernating, starts. And the egg is like the only male, and it's like chicken, where like you need the male to repopulate, and they've got to find the male and kill it before they overrun the place and kill everybody.
I like that as a future storyline. Maybe that's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, because those eggs are already in there for the future.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's like an infestation story.
Yeah,
it's aliens. Yeah,
except mermaids.
We need to except catfish women.
Yeah, I'm writing down egg story, so we know to remember
that. I'm writing down egg story.
I'll know what it means.
Don't you worry, Cal will know.
Or maybe it's a fish that when you're swimming, it swallows all the way up to your legs and then fuses with you.
Hey,
right? Like teeth sink into your spine.
Oh,
That's like
so awful. I kind of like it.
that's how the mermaids are made. It's like fish that gets disturbed. It's been sleeping forever at the bottom of the lake, and then somebody drags some sort of a anchor across it or something, and it wakes it up, and people are going fishing on their pontoon boat, and one of them the dad just gets, or the mom gets attacked, and just like her legs are eaten, and then just turns her into and then the family goes to try to help her, and then they get eaten too, and she eats them.
Somebody's trying out their sweet new bass boat, and they go too fast, and their wife falls in the water. He's like, "Honey, watch this." He rubs it, and she falls off.
Yeah, maybe that's how this Serena is made.
Well, it's got to be a recreational lake. It can't be a lake that nobody gets on. It can be a lake that has a reputation as a dangerous lake, but these people that know the lake and have lived there all their lives, they play on the lake. That's why Gator Roy's there, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I think
it can't be like an off limits lake.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Macho?
I don't know. I'm thinking. Yeah, the creepy half fish, body control fish or whatever. It's real creepy stat. I didn't expect that out of you, but I appreciate it.
I know. I'm really surprised at you stat.
It's like so off-putting that I kind of like it.
Yes. Agreed.
Take that as a compliment.
I do.
All right. All right. Hold on.
I don't like that.
Too green.
Traver Crag. All right, I got to figure out another town name generator. Western town name generator. See if this gives us any. Scorpion's Branch, Rag Hill, Cattle Canyon, Bone Tooth.
Why do you get extra southern when you're saying stuff like that?
I don't know.
Becoming a tourist guide. Come on down to Scorpion's Ranch. Get you some
Scorpion's Ranch. Wolf
Seniors and kids get in free Sundays, half price.
Sunny River, Infernal Creek. Bull Stand. Infernal. Limp Below. It's one of them. Grim Spring. Bedbellow. Marrow Wedge. Skinny Springs. White Pass. Thin Pass. Dead Town, Snake Vale, Shady Fort.
Cal, what are some of the wildlife around that area?
Jackalope Springs.
Coyotes, javelina.
What's a javelina?
Chupacabra.
Javelinas are little angry pigs, little like boars kind of, but they're small.
Little angry pigs.
Angry and they run in packs.
Really?
Yeah, they eat. If you put your pumpkins out, at Halloween, they just swarm your house and eat it.
How about this is the name of the town, Cerdito Injado, Inojado.
What?
Which is little angry pig in Spanish.
What?
It's what?
Little angry pig, Cerdito Injado.
That's funny.
It's got to be easy to say because it's going to be one of the main characters in the.
Maybe that's the joke. No one can say the name of the town.
Yeah, right.
It's paradise, but no one can pronounce it.
Cerdo de Agua. Cerdo de Agua.
All right.
Look at that little guy. Can you eat him?
There you go. We got a
Yeah. My son
got
my
another-
son went hunting, javelina hunting recently. They didn't catch any, or they didn't kill any, but yeah,
There you go.
they're
Here's a share screen of what I was talking about.
all right. Oh yeah, I was gonna try and draw that, but you did better.
I like really kind of like it.
Got the teeth sinking in.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
that's such a good
it's a-
idea. I feel bad taking it from you, but I'm gonna.
no.
it.
There's
It's
no
inhabit.
guilt
I give it
here.
to you.
There's no guilt. We take it.
I give
We
it to
take
you.
it. We're like the Vikings of ideas.
Yeah. So my buddy, his
Like
wife
Minnesota
is from Colombia. Yeah,
You get all the way to the end and you choke.
got
So my buddy's wife is from Colombia, and in Colombia they have these things called what do they call them? Chiquitos, but
What?
it's
Chiquito?
called a chiquito.
Oh.
And what it actually is, what you would know it as, is a capybara. You know what those
Oh,
are?
okay. Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
world's largest rodent.
Yeah.
And so they used to go down to Colombia, and they'd have chiquito ribs, like, and he's like, they said it's the most like tender, tasty, like
Really?
better than pork ribs. He was like, it is like
Whoa.
he craved them all year, and he'd go and get chiquito ribs, and they're like a rodent. They're everywhere, so it's like you could just like get them for nothing. But the
Wow.
movie Encanto came out, and they have capybaras in Encanto, and so
Oh.
everybody has developed a love for the capybara, and now you can't eat them. They've like made them illegal to kill and eat.
Well, Finding Nemo
Oh,
almost
okay.
wiped out the clownfish.
Yeah, right. And so
What do you
he's
mean?
like
Because people are
devastated that
trying
he
to
can't
catch
get
them?
Yeah, because they wanted to sell them as pets, and they kept on
Oh,
just
okay.
like catching them and like farming them basically, and it significantly dropped their population.
How about that? So did he go hunting for them, Macho, and get them for himself, or what?
No, you're not allowed to anymore. He's like devastated because he can't have chiquito ribs anymore.
That's so funny. Chiquito. That sounds like the way you say it, not how it really is supposed to be said.
Chiquito. That's what he says. It's chiquito.
That sounds like the way you would say it.
Rio Escondido.
That's my old town.
Hidden River. Isn't that what it is? Rio Escondido.
Escondido just means hidden.
Yeah.
Cal, are you fluid with the Spanish?
No, I'm just from a town called Escondido, so I happen to know what it means.
Let's see. Let's see. Mysteria. All right, I'm thinking of lake. What is lake in Spanish? Lago.
You guys send us that mermaid that you drew, Stat.
Oh, I erased it.
What?
Of course you did.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I saved it for you.
You got me.
Close to actually, I did erase it, but then I at the last second like undid it.
Oh, good.
Can you imagine being like Stat, where you like have all these little treasures and you just throw them away?
Mhm.
You just crumple them up and throw
But
them in
once
the
the
trash can.
practice is done, you don't need it anymore.
Oh, dang.
Just practice.
learn your stuff
Just
and you move
practice,
on.
you.
You just practice. It's all practice. That's what I do. Sit and read those instructional books. Apply it, and then I throw those sketchbooks away. I get new sketchbooks. And I put better stuff in those, and I throw those away. Because I don't want to go back and reference it and say, well, this sucked. And I want to learn from that. I want to learn from the good stuff. I always move forward.
Cal, can you share my screen? I just want staff
Oh,
to
yeah.
get some feedback on it. What do you think about that? Like, what am I missing? And remember, it's supposed to be kind of like rot.
Maybe some.
I think it's like some spots.
Yeah, I was gonna say spots, kind of like if you can keep that consistent, because I mean, you don't want to make it so complicated that it's difficult to replicate from panel to panel.
Right, buddy.
But I mean, at the same time, it can also almost be like the things rocks. Nobody's gonna sit and draw those exactly the same.
Yeah,
throughout the
and like
entire-
I can definitely see like panel to panel, this would be simplified, but I want to get some like real basic things down.
See, that's
this
where-
is just an exploration.
That's for putting your base layer down and then just doing your highlights. You do a couple of like sweeps with the red, and then you just highlight all those veins or roots or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And then you won't really see the base layer anymore after what you've done. You can still be. That's how I do it. I'll put a base layer down, and then I will get into like a paint tool or something like that, either watercolor or like synthetic like paint on the program, and go over it, put a new layer, and then go over the top of it, so that I'm not screwing with the base layer, but still putting the highlights and lowlights in.
So you think like some dark spots around the edges?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, places where it's maybe around the arm, like at the shoulders area, maybe might not be so bad. Arms,
Okay.
that would the arms. It would kind of break them up from the body.
All right.
Maybe.
Yeah, I like that idea.
All the color's good though. That's not so bad.
It's not really dark enough there.
Yeah, and then maybe have more of that on the back than on the front, if you show it from behind.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good idea. Another idea we will freely take.
Sure, it's a gift.
Pillaged it. Totally pillaged it.
It's idea Christmas today. And I'm your sanity clause.
It's idea Christmas.
Yeah, that's great. Cal, the underground tunnels, right, in the lake and in the underground mine that was collapsed.
Yeah.
Like the story could be that it was, a minor, thing. Like they had a big explosion. It's the major thing with the miners. But like there was an explosion and it like went, the lake, the mines collapsed. But what could have actually been was that could have been like a doorway that was closed and sealed.
Or maybe the miners collapsed it on themselves to keep something from getting out.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
Oh.
Ooh.
But then but because it's Earth, it's not like a perfect closure. So there's like little ways and doorways that the walkers are using to get in. And that's how catfish, kind of maneuvers around. She kind of knows the doorways under the lake.
Right. Yeah, I like that. I'll write that down before I forget. Let's see. There's like a portal. There's like portals to other dimensions, kind of down there, or to the dark realm or whatever.
Yeah, and like in your document that you created the other day, we didn't really say much about like how or maybe I didn't read it, but I read it all. But like how walkers get in and out and around. You talked about like how they would step into reality and they'd have to have permission, but if they took the chance, they could be stuck here.
Yeah.
What about like
I
a
can't remember.
dilapidated building in the lake? Like
Oh,
a
you know how
school-
like
church
you know
or
how
a
they
schoolhouse
flood
or
things?
something that sank.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. I know where you're going.
Yeah. Go ahead, Macho. Tell it like it is.
Well, there's the lake near us where Mutt used to live and where I currently live was a valley that they flooded. And so in the valley, or so in the lake, there's certain places you can go and dive and you can actually see abandoned
Houses.
house sites and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like full houses and trees
That's a
still
nice
in the
place to
ground because there's
go
no
away.
oxygen to rot them away. Yeah. What if it was like what if the lake was like a valley that got flooded or something on purpose?
Well, they
Yeah.
could have flooded like the mine. Think about like a hillside that has mines all in it, right? The mines all collapse, and so it goes from something that's a hill to something that's like a big bowl, right?
Yeah.
So then, if that was a mining area, there would be like mining buildings in there, like where miners would sleep or where,
Shotgun Town.
Yeah, it's like a little shotgun town that's underwater, which could have some
That's
treasures or something in it.
I don't know. I think maybe a single
Yes.
building that people are afraid of.
Why?
The rest,
What?
well, when you think about like like a character setting, like for your setting as a character rather.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like it just makes it a little bit more compelling if it's maybe like you have a bunch of the buildings that are completely rotted away, like broken away, but there's just one building that
It's like perfect.
stuck the landing and stayed, and it creates kind of a loneliness about that setting, and it gives you a little something to go on. Well, why is that one building that stuck around?
Yeah.
It's a very specific focal point, like almost like a like some of those old folklore things where you've got like a half broken down castle that's supposed to be haunted. It's not a whole like compound or anything. It's just a single castle on top of a hill. Nobody wants to go there because they're scared to death that there's actually something going to be there. But just that one thing, that one place that people are afraid of, versus like an entire, like bunch of buildings. Just there's a single, I don't know, like I said, like a one-room schoolhouse that with a nasty teacher that used to have or something, and they're afraid she's still there, or something like that long after she's gone. But but I feel like that adds to a character.
I like that.
As people have dived down there, a couple of them didn't come back, and people start talking in town, making all kinds of stories. But the real story is far more horrifying than anything that they can gossip about.
Fish that bite your legs.
Yep.
Pretty horrifying.
It's like a fools enter where angels fear to tread situation.
We need to think of a name for those fish that do that. Should have a good name. Anyway.
Hey, Stan, I have a really quick. I have a third brother for you if you ever want to use him.
Oh no!
I love it.
That's great.
I love it, man. Decaf.
That's funny.
There should be. You guys should have, and they should have a half brother, and his name should be Half Calf.
Mother's favorite. It ruined him.
That's great stuff.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything with those, you think, or are you just going to play with them?
Coffee twins? No, I usually just do them for fun. I think of it as an exercise.
Yeah.
For you guys.
Coffee.
Dude, it's so much fun. I think you should do something with it.
Oh, I got plenty of other things I'm working on right now. I'm doing some layout storyboards for a little experiment. About 5 pages into that.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, coffee. It's a fun little like tangent.
Yeah.
I like the Coffee Twins world. It's pretty good.
Good old classic noir.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's go.
All right,
going to
Cal,
town.
give us a recap.
I was just looking at my recap page. There's our recap for tonight. Not a whole lot.
Recap.
This is what Cal's notes look like after a meeting. This is pathetic, Cal. You've got to do better than this. Projagus Lago at the top. I can't even read it. In the wilderness. Superstition wilderness. Okay.
Yeah, I can read it. That's the important part.
That is okay. I really think the Dairy Queen's got to be like, for whatever reason, like the central place. Like
I like
what
that.
Macho's talking about, where everybody meets and stuff.
The sugar from the ice cream attracts the creatures.
Yeah.
And it's the only place they got left, and they're trying to defend it.
What if it's the original Dairy Queen?
What if it's the very first Dairy Queen?
You know what? I would name it something else and like keep it for yourself.
Yeah.
Like
Dairy
you know,
King.
Yeah.
It should be
Yeah.
Dairy King. It should be Dairy
Dairy
King.
Queen. Dairy Queen.
Or
do you guys,
Dairy Prince.
King.
Dairy Prince, the Dairy Prince. Cal, do you know what a vortex is? You know what the vortexes they have out in Arizona?
Oh yeah.
Lactose King.
So
ridiculous.
we need to have, there needs to be like the town has a vortex and it's like the only attraction. They're like world's strongest vortex or something like that. So people come through and you'll just see people standing where they say the vortex is.
Yeah. That's what they do in
it's like Sedona. It's everywhere.
Sedona, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
They're
like, oh my gosh, this is a vortex. Like, no, it's just
come stand in
You're
the
shooting
vortex and get your chakras cleared or whatever. And
What?
You
What
need
are
a
you
con-
talking about?
No, you need a con man museum where people just go to hear the BS that they have. Like, this is actually the original wrapper of Three Musketeers that George Washington ate when he was crossing the Delaware just before he did.
So there are these things out. They have them in Arizona, and it's supposed to be like a place where energy is concentrated or something like pure energy manifests or something, and they call it a vortex.
Okay.
And so you can go and you can stand in this vortex and like get your energy purified or whatever. It's something like that.
Whoa,
and,
that is very
Kind of like
granola.
the New Age stuff.
They have them all over the place, like in Sedona, and they'll also like sell healing crystals and stuff there.
Yeah.
And so there should be like just a vortex, and like throughout the comic, they'll like be going past Dairy Queen, and like in the distance, you'll see like just visitors standing in the vortex, like trying to get their energy purified or whatever.
That sounds like some hippity dippity stuff.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
Well, we got some good stuff tonight. We got let's see.
Spiritual vortex.
We got the Dairy Queen, whatever we go with. We got the ice cream parlor. That's a front for the fallen angel crime family. We've got dinosaur bones that Phil ends up taking over. Let's see. We've got future egg story. We've got fish swallows up to the waist. Love that. Portals and caves. That's good. That's gonna help me in my story in the script. I don't have a name yet. And we have decaf. So
Yeah. And don't forget dinosaur bones.
Yeah, dinosaur bones.
yeah, that's right here.
All right, hold on. No, this might be good. What is a vortex? Just bear with me. They're thought to be swirling centers of energy that are conductive to healing, meditation, and self-exploration. All right. So what if there is actually a vortex in this town, and like the residents don't believe in it, and it's just like it looks like a cheap roadside attraction, but it's literally like one of these gates we're talking about.
Ooh.
Or you could turn it into a character and have this tornado that comes through every once in a while. And in that tornado, people swear they see this old cowboy.
Also, I love that. I kind of love that actually, but it's like wider and swirling vortex. Anyway, I think they're really funny. That's why I keep bringing it up.
They are funny. Seems like tourist trap. But is real. There we go.
Yeah, but it's real. Look at Decaf. He's like, my life sucks.
You don't like any of these ideas. He doesn't even like getting up in the morning.
That's the best idea tonight is the decaf.
It's a good one.
Cal really knocked it out of the park with Decaf.
Thanks, Cal.
He said I couldn't be part of their little team because I'm not a twin. telling mom on him, but she's been dead for 5 years, so she's not gonna do much.
You've already inspired him.
Good.
Decaf's gonna be in the next Coffee Twins.
How about
I feel like that'd be their dad.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I feel that like that'd be their dad. Just like
Decaf, yeah.
Just look at this poster that was installed the same year I started. It's all faded and depleted, just like me.
Where do you think where does Decaf work?
Well,
where does Decaf work, you think?
He looks like an old half retired detective, or like not detective, but the guy that does the paperwork.
Yeah.
And he's just tired. Just so tired.
He
got out on the street once and got shot in the leg.
Yeah.
Take a desk job.
No
glory.
It's like he shot himself in the leg. He shot himself in the leg.
Poor dude. Feel bad for him now.
Yeah, look at him.
He actually drew that stubble on his cup.
Yeah.
Like
nice.
Better small. Smaller the better. There we go. That tie is tiny. Just realized.
Couldn't find one in adult size, so we had to get a children's tie. Clip on.
Have you guys seen that thing where you're like, it's like the infinite zoom? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where like you can just keep zooming in like to an image. What if you did a comic book, but it's like you zoomed in, and every time you zoomed in, it was the next page.
Those things trip me out, man.
That'd be cool.
You should see like on the Saturn comic by Jason Sanchez. I forget his last name right now.
Jupiter.
Oh no, Sandberg.
Jupiter.
Jason
Thank
Sandberg.
you, Jason Sandberg. Jupiter.
Yeah.
He's got one of those things that he's done that's an infinite thing. It's a comic page, and it goes into the.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. He's
it
he's,
on
he's
his
really
like?
creative.
Yeah.
Is it on his Twitter?
It might be. It's on his. He's got a website. He's really does some high quality stuff.
Yeah, I like Jason Sandberg a lot.
But he's got one of those things where it's like infinite. He does some really trippy cartoons, man.
Mm-hmm.
Really trippy.
Does he?
Yeah, like 60s trippy. But it's cool. Like it's very creative.
I want to see this like infinite thing.
If you go to his Twitter, he's probably got a link to his site, and that's where you'll probably see it.
It's just an Indiegogo link. I don't know if that's gonna do it. The heck is that noise?
That's my
I don't
house.
know. Oh,
Making noises.
It's your house.
Mm-hmm.
Your house that has gas.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to make one background layer, and then I'll be done with this for a minute.
For a minute. I like his art. It's very Kirby looking. Is it his art?
Yeah, really Kirby
It's
looking.
good. It looks like.
Well,
it's
I think he's
very
doing.
Kirby. It has Kirby
I think he's
Kraken.
doing a Kirby bit. Like he's making it look like Kirby because of the story.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think
like it.
he can draw in different styles. I think.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like the Kirby look, man. He does it really good on that.
Yeah.
Like the big heads, and there's like
Yeah.
a dude with a glass dome on top, and you can like see in his brain and stuff. It's like very Kirby looking,
Mm-hmm.
and the weird like sentinel looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. Placebo addiction, whatever that is. Oh, that might be the. He has a no prize. That's funny. He calls it the non-prize, though. That's cool.
This version of Saison should just have like dust coming off of her. Like it just should be like that.
Like
Maybe
Pigpen
that's one of
from,
the power sets.
Gives everybody hay fever to the point they can't see.
No, but like maybe maybe just can like make like dust particles do things, you know?
Mm.
I don't know. Well, I mean, we got some coloring done on Saison too, so that's not bad.
Yeah, I think it looks good. We got going on the town.
Yeah.
Saison looks wicked, man.
We're good. We're good on the town. I'll do the rest.
Cal's like, I'll make it what I want.
So what are we gonna do for our drifters? So we do drifters stream once a month. What are we gonna do next time? What do we want to? We did Gator Roy last time. We did not much tonight. A little bit of town brainstorming. We do something funner next time.
Villain work, man. We need villain work.
More villains.
Like we need. Well, we got the beak, right?
Yeah.
Which is cool, but we just need to know what the story is with the beak. Like we need to nail that down.
Yeah.
Or do we have that? Do we have that?
Not a ton. I've got a little bit in the script so far, and then a little aside from the, like it just in notes. But not like I don't. So his backstory is he was defeated by Ginny and her crew back in the whenever.
Yeah.
And then was forced back into the spirit realm. And the thing about Darkwalkers is they're like demons. So like
Yeah.
demons are the spirits of the Nephilim, and they seek embodiment. They're always trying to possess somebody or something, and they can possess people and animals. But Darkwalkers are the spirits of the Chimera because their true form was a hybrid of some kind, not just angel human hybrid, but like animal human angel hybrid. They can only inhabit like hybrids, which are really rare. But the Beak found a skinwalker he was in the very last stage of turning back into a human from a crow, and he possessed that skinwalker, which was a Native American, like,
Yeah.
kind of a legend. And
Right.
so that was, yeah, so he's kind of, in the body of this Native American, like, medicine man skinwalker type guy. And that's all I have. I mean, that's all I have for him currently.
Yeah.
So we definitely need more like stuff about him, but
Yeah.
I don't know if we develop that on stream or we come up with another villain for the future that we can kind of, I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Yeah. No, that's fun too, though. Villains are fun, man.
Let's do
Yeah.
that then. Let's create a new
Down
villain
with a
next
villain
month.
stream next time. Yeah, I could be down with a villain next time.
Cool, and we'll have Marky Mark with us next
do
time.
it. We'll have Marky Mark.
Marky Mark.
Okay.
Well, I think we've got. I can't see anything. I can't see. Oh.